Madagascar, the island that time forgot. Hey there, adventurers. Buckle up, because today we're traveling to one of the most spellbinding, biologically unique, and historically mysterious places on Earth, Madagascar, the eighth continent. Most people, when they hear the name, think lemurs, baobab trees, and maybe a talking lion from a certain animated movie. But Madagascar is far more than an exotic backdrop. It's a living laboratory of evolution, a cultural mosaic that blends Africa and Asia, and one of the last frontiers where nature still feels raw, ancient, and untamed. A Malagasy proverb says, New York Tani Nanirian New York Andrea Manitra, meaning, the land where God sowed beauty. And once you set foot here, you'll understand why. The geography of a giant island. Madagascar sits like a colossal emerald in the Indian Ocean, just 400 kilometers off the coast of Mozambique. Measuring 587,000 square kilometers, it's the fourth largest island in the world, bigger than Spain or Thailand. It's surrounded by dozens of smaller islets, coral-fringed lagoons, and reefs so vast they can be seen from space. The capital, Antananarivo, often shortened to Tana, perches high in the central highlands at 1,300 meters above sea level, a city of steep hills, colonial architecture, and bustling markets where the scent of vanilla and roasted coffee fills the air. The country is divided into 22 administrative regions, with major cities like Toamasina, Antsirabe, Mahajanga, and Fianarantsoa acting as vital trade and cultural hubs. The island's infrastructure remains challenging. Only about 12% of roads are paved, and many become impassable during the rainy season or cyclones, which frequently strike from the Indian Ocean between December and March. Despite this, Madagascar has an astonishing 70 domestic airports, though most are simple airstrips serving remote villages. The Avado International Airport near Antananarivo is the main international gateway, connecting travelers to Paris, Nairobi, Addis Ababa, and beyond. Madagascar's 3,000-mile coastline is dotted with ports. Toamasina is the busiest, handling over 75% of the country's maritime trade. On the western side, Nosy Be is a paradise island famous for turquoise waters, ylang-ylang plantations, and coral diving. Long ago, pirates once used its neighboring island, Île Sainte-Marie, as their base, a legendary haven for seafarers and outlaws. Ruins of Libertalia, the mythical pirate republic, are still whispered about in local tales. The land of contrasts. Madagascar's landscape is a study in extremes, one island, for distinct worlds. The east coast, lush, humid rainforests with heavy monsoon rains, where ferns, orchids, and palms blanket the land. The west coast, drier plains and savannas rich with baobabs and limestone formations. The south and southwest, desert-like spiny forests, home to surreal cacti and thorny succulents. The central highlands, cool, mountainous plateaus with rice terraces and pine forests. The highest point, Mero Mokotro, rises to 2,876 meters in the Tsaratanana Massif in the north, occasionally capped with snow. From these mountains flow Madagascar's lifelines, rivers like the Mangaki, Betsiboka, and Ikopa, the latter staining the earth red from iron-rich sediments. One of the most remarkable landscapes is the Tsingy de Bemaraha, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. These stone forests are razor-sharp limestone spires sculpted by centuries of erosion. Locals call them the place where one cannot walk barefoot. Other natural marvels include Avenue of the Baobabs, near Morondava, where ancient, bottle-shaped trees rise like pillars from another world. Lake Alaotra, Madagascar's largest lake, a crucial wetland for endangered bamboo lemurs. Isolo National Park, known for its sandstone canyons and sapphire blue pools. And Dasabimantadia, where the haunting calls of the Indri lemur echo through the misty forest. The eighth continent. Madagascar has been separated from mainland Africa for around 160 million years. That isolation turned it into a cradle of evolution unlike anywhere else. Scientists estimate that 90% of its species are endemic, found nowhere else on Earth. This biodiversity is so unique that biologists sometimes refer to Madagascar as a microcontinent. Among its 200,000 known species are over 100 species of lemurs, from the ring-tailed lemur to the tiny mouse lemur, the smallest primate on Earth. The eye, a nocturnal lemur with one long, skeletal finger used to tap wood for insects. The fossa, a cat-like carnivore and Madagascar's top predator. Over 300 species of reptiles, including the Parsons chameleon, the largest in the world. Over 11,000 plant species, with about 80% being endemic. And the incredible baobab, a tree that can live for over 1,000 years and store thousands of liters of water in its trunk. The island is also the world's top producer of vanilla, supplying about 70 to 80% of the global market, as well as major quantities of cloves, lychees, and cacao. It's one of the few places where sapphires and precious stones are mined in riverbeds by hand, particularly around Ilikaka, a once sleepy village that became a gemstone boomtown overnight in the late 1990s. Culture and cuisine. Madagascar's food is a delicious blend of its diverse heritage. The national staple is rice, eaten 3 times a day and often accompanied by lauka, side dishes, of meat, vegetables, or fish. Famous dishes include ramazava, the national stew made with beef, greens, and ginger. Ravitoto, a comforting dish of crushed cassava leaves and pork. Akoho sy voanio, chicken in coconut sauce. Lazari, a tangy salad of pickled vegetables. And koba, a sweet snack made of ground peanuts, rice flour, and banana, wrapped in banana leaves. You'll also find French baguettes on every street corner, a relic of colonial times, and local rum made from sugarcane that rivals any Caribbean blend. The people of Madagascar. Here's where things get fascinating. Madagascar's 28 million people are called Malagasy, not Madagascarian. Their culture is a vibrant fusion of Southeast Asian and East African roots. Archaeological evidence suggests that the first settlers arrived from Borneo and Indonesia around 1,500 to 2,000 years ago, traveling across 7,000 kilometers of open ocean in outrigger canoes, one of humanity's greatest seafaring feats. Later, Bantu Africans crossed the Mozambique Channel, blending their traditions with the Austronesian settlers. The result, a population that looks, speaks, and lives unlike any other in Africa. Malagasy people have Southeast Asian facial features, African complexions, and a deep respect for both land and ancestors. The Malagasy language belongs to the Austronesian family, closely related to the Maanyan language of Borneo. For example, the word for island, Nosi, resembles the Indonesian Nusa, and river, Renarano, echoes the Malay Sungai. There are 18 major ethnic groups, each with their own customs and crafts. The Merina dominate the highlands and historically ruled the island's monarchies. The Batsilio are master rice farmers. The Sakalava of the west are known for their spirit ceremonies. The Antandroi of the south live in the harsh spiny desert and are renowned warriors. The Bara are herders and famed for their cattle raids and braided hairstyles. Religion here is a fusion of Christianity and ancient ancestor worship. Families keep the bones of their forebears and rewrap them in silk shrouds every few years in a ritual called Famadihana, the turning of the bones. It's not morbid, it's a joyful celebration of life, dance, and remembrance. History and fast forward. 2000 BC, first signs of human foraging. 300 CE, Austronesian settlers arrive. 700 to 1200 CE, African Bantu migrants join. 1200s, rise of small kingdoms, especially the Merina and Sakalava. 1500s, Arab and Portuguese traders visit, the island enters the spice route. 1800s, Queen Ranavalona I rules fiercely, resisting European influence. 1896, France colonizes Madagascar. 1960, independence achieved under Philibert Tsiranana. 1972-1990s, political instability and coups. 2000s, present, gradual modernization, tourism, and environmental revival. Madagascar and the world. Madagascar maintains a careful diplomatic balance. It's a proud member of La Francophonie and retains close cultural and economic ties with France, its largest investor and trading partner. China has become its biggest trade partner in recent years, importing minerals and exporting infrastructure aid. Canada invests heavily in mining, while South Africa, Mauritius, and Mozambique remain key regional allies. The United States restored strong relations after the 1990s, supporting conservation programs to protect Madagascar's endangered species and forests, which are vanishing at alarming rates due to slash-and-burn agriculture and illegal logging. A world apart. Madagascar is more than an island, it's an entire planet in miniature. It's the cry of the Indri in the morning mist, the rhythm of zebu herders at dusk, the scent of vanilla carried by ocean winds, and the endless red earth that glows under the sun. It is a land born from separation, thriving in isolation, and still fighting to preserve its soul against modern challenges. In the words of a Malagasy elder, "We are children of two oceans, the African and the Asian, and our island is the bridge between them. No other place on earth can claim what Madagascar has, its people, its creatures, its music, its magic. Truly, this isn't just an island. It's the eighth continent, where nature writes its own myths, and every sunrise feels like the first day of the world." Sparkles.